nerves build up now. Waiting for the green lights. Who'll get them away? A little creep from the Coke cars. They're creeping from the back now. They go pretty even start sideways there. That's from Gardner's point of view. He plants his foot down. Look at Crompton. Crompton's made a terrific start. He's round there and in front, I think. Is it Jones or is it Seton? It's Jones.
It's Jones. Jones came through from the outside, went right around the outside and took Crompton with him. Glenn's down there. Glenn's really, well, caught out there on the right-hand side of the track in the marbles, wheel spinning. He's got some work ahead of him.
Then a traffic cop with the back of the pack. There's plenty of action there. Cars all over the place, but everybody gets through straight. Alan Jones with a blind to Neil Crompton with one almost as good. Glenn Seton shuffle back to third.
And Alan Jones absolutely with a bit between his teeth, sliding it through that corner. Beautiful car control, looks fabulous.
Larry Perkins up there too, just nibbling at the top of the pack. As you can see there, he is there in the Castrol car. And right behind him is Jimmy Richards. Hansford doing a pretty good job too. He's in behind Richards, but it's AJ out in front. Crompton, fantastic in second place. Seton in third. Through they storm.
And certainly at the front of the field there, Alan Jones making the most of that clear piece of road. He's absolutely using all the road. You see him power sliding out of that corner back there. Neil Crompton perhaps not coming out of that corner quite as cleanly as he would have liked, but under pressure from Glenn Seton. Not much Seton can do at the moment, of course. He's got to wait for a good run into the straight.
Tries to just duck in, locks up a tyre. Glenn Seton now chasing Crompton onto the main straight. Let's see who's got the horsepower now. These are the brand new cars. That's the new Holden and new Ford. Nose to tail.
Well, that's the VP, of course, Crompton's driving, but absolutely nothing he can do about it. Crompton's got the right line. It's his corner. You can see Seton dab the brakes. And, of course, you don't get quite as much downforce on the car when you're sitting this close behind the car in front. Well, how much closer can you get than that?
Not much than that. He sticks it up the inside, hoping to get there. And look at this. Crompton is struggling with the older of the cars. There's the new VR now up in behind Seton. But Crompton's doing a pretty good job. I mean, he's just defending a position at the moment. But what about the pressure he's under?
Oh, it's fantastic, actually. And I don't believe that Glenn's hit him because Glenn is a very fair driver, a very hard driver, very fair. Look at the Ford there, taking the closer lines through that corner. Really seems to have a handling advantage on Crompton's car.
How does the car feel when you've got the nose underneath that much?
Well, one of the hardest things to see is the width of the track. It's very hard to see where the curbs are and to know just how much road you've got to play with. So you're virtually driving on your reflexes, looking at the bumper bar on the front of you and the brake lights, etc. So it's not a comfortable position, but there is Glenn sliding through very nicely into the hairpin.
Great move. Gardner sticks his nose up beside Crompton too. Seton, beautiful move then. Lined him up nicely, didn't he? And then just took his opportunity and through he went. This is Gardner's point of view looking at Crompton. There's the old style wing. The new one, a lot more slimline than that.
Yes, the new one looks very, very Formula One-ish, but nothing in it down the straight. So I think that one of the reasons that camps were very curious about this weekend is to see how they got on between the VP and the VR, the EV and the EF.
Well, there's the old Holden and a new one, Pete. What do you see watching that? I mean, he really didn't gain anything, and Crompton certainly didn't lose.
No, well, certainly there's no disadvantage in keeping with your old car. I believe in our testing, we've seen that the VR seems to be a little more consistent, and to see Neil Crompton there saying, OK, boss, you pay the bills, after you, stayed wide. You can see him wriggle the car as he came in there, had a look out there, saw the boss coming through and thought, this is Wayne Gardner, I better let him through.
Gardner let him know too. He just a little wave of the hand, thanks mate, as he said. Now he pursues the Seton car. Gardner's been very, very consistent. He was the fastest in qualifying throughout the week. Atrocious conditions, so he handled them pretty well. He was always quick right here at two wheels.
Oh yes, and a real fighter, this guy. He's no doubt about that. He's at the moment utilising a softer compound tyre.
We're talking about hundredths of a second. Tenths of a second can mean everything.
It does. And one of the things that happens in car racing, as it does with motorcycle racing, is that tyres can lose their edge during a lap. If you give the car absolute heaps through one particular part of the track, and in fact, there's a corner coming up here very soon, which is the left-hander onto the main straight. Now, this corner here is a critical one, and I save up my right-hand rear tyre so that where I am there with where Larry Perkins is coming out now, I can get it absolutely flat, get it accurate, get it early, because that will give you that extra 5 kilometres an hour, whatever, all the way down the main straight. Now, I don't care about giving away a little bit of time on other corners because they're not critical, because they're only got a piece of track in front of them which maybe you can cover in, say, 5 seconds. So that 5 kilometres an hour doesn't matter so much. So a driver always has to calculate. It's like a high-speed game of chess.
Yeah, well, you hear us say so many times, particularly Barry with the bikes, if you can get the run onto that straight and you can tuck into that stream, it certainly makes a difference.
Doesn't matter what you do the rest of that track. You just sit down there behind another driver and think, okay, I'm just going to nurse the car, I'll keep it nice. I can't pass you because you've got the hot racing line, but by gee, when I get to that last corner coming onto the straight, better watch out because I'm going to give it heaps.
6 of 8 now. You're looking at Gardner, car number 4, the Coca-Cola car, beautifully turned out. Behind him, the new Castrol car for Larry Perkins. More budget from that company now, and Tony Longhurst joining that team as well. So a very strong lineup coming for the year of 1995 from the Castrol cars. At the moment, all over the back of Wayne Gardner.
Tony Longhurst here today talking to me in the pits, and I asked him how close his car was. He said, look, we're due to go testing. We would have been here, but we've spent the last 10 days on the dyno trying to get some horsepower out of the motor. We're down at about 40 or 50 horsepower. We don't quite know where it is. We'll get it. We've got all the right components, but it really just did preclude their debut at this particular track.
Big season ahead, and P. Brock will be in there now. You must be feeling pretty good about having the new car with the season ahead now.
Yes, our new car is absolutely everything we hoped it would be. We've had terrific input from our tyre people from Bridgestone. Ron Harrop and the boys have done wonders with the suspension, and HRT, I'm very happy to say, have done a fabulous job with the aerodynamics. So it really is a delight to drive.
Nice to see you back at the top end again.
It's very nice to be there. And our testing has shown that if we can keep that sort of form up, that we're in for a very, very successful season, I believe.
Gardner, this is where all the action is. Jonesy's out in front, Seton is second, but at the moment you've got Larry Perkins climbing all over the Coca-Cola car there of Wayne Gardner. I tell you what, they've closed up quite a bit on Glenn Seton now.
Yes, so just looking at the lap times there, they're chipping it away, 2 or 3 tenths here, 2 or 3 tenths there, and all of a sudden Glenn's not so far in front, but gee, Jonesy's doing well.
Yeah, Jonesy has decided that it was time to go. He came second to Glenn Seton in round number 1 here at the Triple Challenge. At the moment out in front at a 15 lapper to come. That'll be something else.
Now the guys here tending to keep it accurate. I'm looking at Wayne Gardner's car, and I don't like the prognosis of Wayne's car in the 15 lapper. I know he's hanging in there, but see, Larry's starting to absolutely maul him, and you know, the car doesn't seem as if it's got the staying power, the stamina for that 15 lapper later on.
Riding with Wayne Gardner, his point of view. There he is, hard at work. Larry Perkins has done everything he can to get round him. Just hasn't had enough grunt to do it. And, he's running out of time now as the laps wind down in round number 2. And it's important where you finish because of the starting procedures. Remember, they've got to stay in the same rubber now. Larry pops out of the slipstream. Can't do it though. Gardner shuts him down as they come around this very, very fast part of the circuit here.
Gee, it's surprising, this whole horsepower business. I know we've been talking about it a bit, but the cars of Gardner's who've been talking about having good handling and no power, to me seem to have the opposite. I think their handling is fine, but certainly Wayne's car isn't gripping as well as Larry's at the moment. But can't he just blast Larry off? Larry's trying everything there, running wide, getting the grass. That's not a good line.
Larry right off the face of the track, then on the top of the hill. They wind their way around again. Will he take a big last lap lunge? Can't get close enough. Wayne Gardner doing a terrific job. I mean, he's there to race. He's quite entitled to defend his position.
Oh, absolutely, and Wayne being such a racer, you know, it's fantastic to see that sort of level of determination. He does everything to keep in front. He does anything he can to keep that piece of metal he's got, whether it's a motorcycle or a motor car, in front of whoever else it is on the track.
A fierce competitor, W. Gardner, no doubt about that. And that's Seton there, so they really have closed up on this final fling down now. Can he hold Larry out? I think he will at the moment. Perkins has tried to throw everything at him. It hasn't worked at this stage. So Wayne Gardner's done a great job. That's Glenn Seton in second place. So they've really closed up the gap with their race that's been going on. Jonesy comes blasting down, and he's going to take the flag. And boy, oh boy, will he be a happy chappy. AJ.
What a great effort.
Comes back and wins round number 2 of the Triple Challenge. Glenn Seton is second. Wayne Gardner third. Larry Perkins fourth. Recapping those results for you now, the touring cars. Race number 2, Alan Jones with a ripper drive in the Falcon EB, the older of the cars, on 20 points. Glenn Seton with a new Falcon, first time out on 19. Wayne Gardner, terrific drive from him on 18. Larry Perkins, 17, and Neil Crompton in the Commodore finished with 16 points. All right, how's the horsepower been going so far? Let's have a look at the progress points. Alan Jones, 39. Glenn Seton shares 39. What about the 15 lapper now? How important is that going to be?